Hi guys, Ray here from City Fans TV. I was just waiting for my logo to come up. Didn't come up. I don't know what happened there, guys. Drink a bit of drink. No one's here. The old fizzy drink. Right, guys. What are we here for? We're here to talk about the Arsenal. Sorry, I'm just watching the Arsenal game. We're here to talk about Man City versus Newcastle, the team news. That's what we're waiting for, guys. I'll get there. You know me. I'll get there eventually. Let's have a look at this. You can have a look at that. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, we're here to talk about the... we're here to talk about the Man City versus Newcastle team news. It's not out yet. Look, my mind's elsewhere because Chelsea get an absolute stuffing at the hands of Arsenal. Can't believe that. It's 3-0. Could have been 4-0 a few minutes back. Faris, how you doing, mate? Chelsea getting absolutely pumped. Been a long day, Aaron. Absolutely, mate. You almost said Arsenal. Yeah, Faris. Because I've been watching Arsenal, Chelsea. I'm all right, Chris. I'm knackered. I've just had my dinner and I'm absolutely stuffed. I literally cannot move. Cannot move at all. I've had a couple of days of excess. Shouldn't really do it. Shouldn't really do it. Yesterday, I can excuse myself because I went out for a run. But today, just walking a couple of kilometres or 1.5 kilometres, that's it. It's no excuse. All these results on United, Leicester, Chelsea would benefit us if we win our game. Absolutely, Faris. If we win our game, we go 4th in the table. We've got to win. That's it. You know, no more messing about. Even, I mean, look at someone like Villa. Villa are above us. Villa are above City. Can you actually believe that, guys? You know, Villa look as if they're safe this season. They're sat in 5th. Same games as us, 2 points better off. Villa. Goal difference, 14. Villa. I say it again. Anyway, all we're going to do is win. Who do you think is going to start? That's the big question. Who's going to start for City tonight? Waiting. Where was my phone? Yeah, my phone's in my pocket. Faris, do me a favour, mate. Put the team up when it comes out. Just looking at this. We can't slip up. Chelsea United drop points. We have to capitalise absolutely hard. Like the false 9 played against Arsenal. We should do that. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. Obviously, you know that Walker isn't going to be available and Gabriel Jesus is not available because of they've got COVID-19. They're going to be out for at least the next 3 games. And on top of all that, Eric Garcia is injured. That's a crying shame because no one wanted to see him play anyway. I won't be surprised if we use 2 at the back. It's a possibility, Faris. Really is a possibility. John Stones on the right, Diaz in the middle, Laporte on the left. Works for me. Cancelo out wide, Mahrez out wide. Works for me. Works for me all day long. Then you can have your 2 DMs in, let's say, Fernandinho and Rodri. So that's the 3, 4. And you can still have Torres, Mahrez. We've already got Mahrez. Torres, Bernardo, and Sterling. Yeah, you got to help me, man. You got to help me. No, my computer's got really slow because I'm watching the football on my laptop as well. So it's really slow. If I try moving it around to find go on Twitter, I'll try it as well. I'll try and just get it Man City. But any minute now, guys. Any minute now. Just wait for it to come up. Got to change this table. We put this table together, but we need a new one. It's broken. Just waiting, guys. Sorry. Here we go. Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Ake at left back, Rodrigo and Gundogan. Sterling, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Torres. Kind of no Riyad Mahrez. Got to say that, no Riyad Mahrez. Maybe he's being saved for the game against Everton. which seems reasonable enough. See, it's a big slap in the face. I've got to say this: it's a big slap in the face for Laporte, who doesn't start at all. I mean, Manchester City, come on, Man City. Come on, Man City. At least put the... Oh, come on, Man City's Twitter. I mean, they can't do anything right, can they? So I've got the team news. Man City's Twitter has still not put it out. It's pretty poor. Pretty poor. Here we go. Here we go. I'll get it from there. So what do you reckon, guys? Mahrez is on the bench. Laporte's on the bench. Mendy, Zinchenko, Aguero on the bench. Anybody unhappy? Besides Mr. Laporte, anybody else unhappy with that? So, Mahrez, see, I didn't put, I wouldn't, sorry. Well, I just got it from Man City Twitter. They put another, I think they pinned something, so I missed it. Anyway, I've got it. I got it from the City app first. Silva should start. He does. Aguero, Jesus, none of them expert. Aguero's just come back from injury. Jesus is out. He's got COVID-19. He's got the virus. He won't be playing for at least 6 to 8 games. Haj wanted Mahrez. He's not there. Pop up. There you go. That's from Faris. So Faris has done it. But I've put the subs on as well. So no Mahrez. For me, Haj, they're saving him for Everton. Saving him for Everton. I think it was 3 at the back. Cancelo driving forward, says Prithvi. Not sure how I feel about Aki at left back, says Yash. It's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, that's it, Faris. I did refresh, but they're still promoting that We're Not Really Here program. I'd already got it because I read it off my phone, but they were still there. Hi, David. Hope you well. Was hoping for Christmas miracle and Aguero. No, he won't start, David. There's no chance. He's not fit enough. And to be honest, I'm not sure he's going to start against Everton either. Mr. Rollup says Mendy over Aki. Depends how we play this, Mr. Rollup. You know, we could end up playing 3 at the back. Who knows? I think we should get the goals in the first half, says Haj. I mean, let's look at this team. Is it possible that we play Diaz, Stones, and Aki? Is it possible we play those 3 at as a back 3? I don't see it myself because I've got no one on the left. I've got Cancelo on the right, but no one on the left unless you play Cancelo on the right, Bernardo on the left, or vice versa as wing backs. I'm not so sure about that, guys. You got Rodri and Gundogan as your DMs, and then you'd have Torres, Sterling, and De Bruyne. It doesn't work for me. That doesn't work. It's a possibility, but it just seems naturally like Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Aki, flat back 4, Gundogan and Rodri in front of them, De Bruyne as your single attacking midfielder, Bernardo on the right, Torres down the middle, Sterling on the left. Let's look at the subs. Got a lot of defensive subs in Zinchenko, Laporte, Mendy, Fernandinho. And then the attacking subs, Mahrez, Foden, and Palmer. It's one of those games, guys. Look, if it was me, if we do manage to get up early, get 3 goals up or something, I'd get Cole Palmer on. You know, give him a few minutes, rest of the players, and save them for the next game. The strongest lineup based on the circumstances, will it be the same for Monday? I don't know. He wouldn't pick the same team. I can see, for example, on Monday, I can see Laporte coming in for Aki. That's an easy one. Fernandinho coming in for Gundogan. That's an easy one. That's 2 changes very, very easily. It's possible Aguero might start against Everton. I still doubt it. You can see Mahrez coming in for Bernardo. So there's 3 changes I can easily see City making. I think Sterling will play on Monday. I really do. The last time Aki played left back, he looked kind of nervous. I can see through the back. Yeah, he's nervous. Look, the thing is, there's a lot of things. I'm going to give him, obviously, the benefit of the doubt. He hasn't played much with City. He's had 2 injuries this season. He needs a little bit of time. He needs a little bit of confidence. He was confident at Bournemouth, but he was a big player in a small club. Now he's a small player in a big club. Obviously, the nerves are going to be jangling, but you're just going to give him time. Pep's not using the back 3, says Mr. All-Up. I'll be shocked looking at that because, unless he's using Cancelo and Bernardo as wing backs, I can't see it. Can't see it at all. Evening, Danny, hope you're well. You're going for 3-1. I want City to keep a clean sheet. Would be nice. Would be nice if we can keep keeping clean sheets. Get it out eventually. Harge is even picking the goal scorers. 3-0 to City. Bernardo, KDB and Sterling. Look, a win is all I'm interested in. Killer Cam, City should win. You know, just watching this Arsenal-Chelsea game, still 3-0 up Arsenal. Look, if we're honest, City should win this game. If we're honest, we've got the form going into this. We've got at the moment, but if you look at our last 5 games, we've won 3 and drawn 2. Newcastle, you look at their last 5 games, they've won 2, lost 2 and drawn 1. It's not much worse than City. I mean, we've got but look, we've got 11 points from our last 5 games. They've got 7. And they are slipping down the table a bit. You know, they're not in relegation fight yet, but look, Fulham, who are 18th, are on 11. So the whole table's tight. You look at Leeds United. Leeds are in 15th spot with 17 points, and Man United are 10 points better off than them, but they're in 3rd. Look at the difference 2 or 3 wins will make. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea were right up there about 3rd. They've lost 2. They're going to lose a 3rd one on the bounce. And from being contenders with Liverpool, yeah, they're not out of it, but they're almost out of it. You know, we're 2 points behind Chelsea with 2 games in hand right now. So Chelsea's slipping down. It's all interesting. Alexandros Kalispiri, buddy, what do I think? Got to go for a City win. Faris says a win and no injuries. That's all I'm interested in. Absolutely. We'll lose some of our attack with Aki at left back over Mendy against a Newcastle team that's going to sit back behind the ball. Absolutely, Mr. Roll-Up. I totally agree. But I always say it is what it is. Just getting the rest of my drink out. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But to be honest, we should have enough. We should have enough with Bernardo, Torres, Sterling, Gundogan, and De Bruyne. I mean, if Gundogan plays a little bit further forward, like he did a couple of games ago, then that can work. Then that certainly can work for us. Harches, Pep better make all 3 subs today in 2 before 70 minutes. He doesn't necessarily have to do 2 before 70 minutes, but I'd like to see 1. It depends on the score, Harge. If it's a tight game, I can see the players staying on. If we're comfortably ahead, then I'd like to see 1 either at half-time or after about 60 minutes. Sounds good to me. 60 minutes, get caught. You got a choice to bring Aguero or Palmer on. Personally, I bring Palmer on just to rest everybody. But Aguero needs minutes. Personally, I bring if we're ahead comfortably, I bring Palmer on first. I bring Aguero on for the last 20-25 minutes. That's it. Because you've got to remember, if you play Aguero too much, is he able to start against Everton? Would you want him to start? Lampard deserves this result for line that Chilwell and James wouldn't start, says Prithvi. I think he'll save some for injury time, says Faris. 3-1, says Alexandros. I'm going for a 3-0 win, says Crystal. Lampard is a fraud, says Yash. Look, they were doing all right. No one came out and said Lampard's a fraud 3 or 4 games ago. No one came out and said that. United, Leicester and Chelsea all slipped up. It will benefit us only if we win, unlike last time against West Ham. Absolutely. I can see Mahrez and Aguero coming on, says Haj. Good calls. As far as I'm concerned, yeah, bring Matt. See, I don't want them on too early because these guys are going to play the next game. So for me, as I said, looking at it now, if we're comfortable in the game, I'd get Palmer on after about 55, 60 minutes, and I'd get Mahrez on after about 70, 75 minutes, and Aguero for the last 10 or 15. That's it. Or keep 1 sub until 5 minutes to go. Where's Lampard's 200 million transfers? Well, Havertz is out. Werner's not pulling up trees. But no one has. The thing is, no one said any of this. No one said any of this 3 or 4 games ago when Chelsea had crept back into the title race. I took a -40 transfer to show, right, but brought in Diaz, so all is well. He's got to get you the points, Prithvi. Got to get you the points. I brought in And my team, no one's going to believe this, I brought in Oriel Romeo. Is that his name? Romeo, the Southampton player, even though he's suspended, because I'm setting it up. I'm setting it up for my next, because I took out Kante, but he was only a squad player for me. And Romeo is £400,000 cheaper. So he's cheaper than Kante. So I'll make a bit of money there. And I'm setting up, because I've got cheap defenders. I've got KDB in my defence and Dyer. Sorry, KDB in my midfield and Dyer in my defence. And I'm setting up to possibly transfer KDB out and get Robertson in. Take KDB out and get, because KDB is very expensive in my fantasy team. It's 11.5 million quid or something. So, just by the market against his Yash. They might have to. In the top half is West Ham, Yash. Wow, that's really interesting. I've not been focused on them, so that's wow. Do you want Haaland as well, Mr. Roll-Up? He ain't getting him. He ain't getting him. Hope Rodri isn't slow and sluggish at the back. He's really took as a part of the game. Yeah, guys, if you are new to the channel, it would be great if you could subscribe. You know, our next target is to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the season. So we've got 5 months to get another 900 subscribers. It's a tough ask, but with your help, guys, I'm sure we can do it. So if you are new, please subscribe, hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out, and give us a like, give us a thumbs up. I think it's time to slowly bring in the academy players when we're 3 final up. Ain't gonna happen, Prithvi. Can you imagine if you were just playing kids when you're up and you don't play people like Laporte or Mendy or Mahrez or Foden? It ain't happening. We've got two. The thing is, my issue is we've got too many good players. We sat on the bench with 2 left backs in Zinchenko and Mendy. So we've got 2 left backs on the bench. Laporte, who can play left back or centre back. We've got Fernandinho, who can play centre back or DM. And then 3 attackers in Mahrez, Foden and Palmer. Now, the thing to me is we've got basically a lot of defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders there. And on top of all that, we've got multi-use defenders. So Zinchenko can actually play as a DM or an AM or a left back. Laporte, as I said, he can play 2 positions. Mendy can only play left back. Fernandinho can play 2 positions. We don't even need that. You could probably get away, in my book. Zinchenko, you don't even need on the bench, in my opinion. You can go there with Laporte, Mendy and Fernandinho, and that's it. You don't need Zinchenko. You could have put another attacker, but that's what Pep has chosen. Saladin saying Mahrez must leave Man City. Nothing to do with Saladin, okay? Saladin, you're blocked, okay? Saladin is blocked. Anybody who comes and talks out of their backside, anybody who comes on this channel and talks out of their backside will be blocked. Yash, Saladin's gone. I'm not going to have this rubbish. Yeah, I'm not having it. As far as I'm concerned, Mahrez has been saved for the Everton game. Which of these 2 games is the hardest game? Newcastle at home or Everton away? It's Everton away. That is the hardest game. That's the hardest game. It's Everton away. So we've got to make sure that we put out our best team for Everton. Yeah, it's absolutely ludicrous what that Saladin has said. So I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know. I'm just looking at the Sheffield United playing tonight against Everton. So that'll be interesting to see how Everton do. It will be interesting tonight to see how Everton do. But as I said, I think Mahrez has been saved. Come on, City, says Alexandros. Also, Bernardo Sterling needs to step it up in this poor form. Has been dragging us on for too long. Enough is enough. I got to agree with that. We could have had Stones, Diaz, Aki, Mendy. I don't like that at all, Haj. I don't like that at all, Haj. I don't like your team. Stones on the right. To be honest, I want Stones in the middle with Diaz. That's what's going to be the biggest influence on our defence. Daz, but you know what Pep's like. Pep plays Rodri every time. Jerix, not excited to see Sterling start. Would rather see Foden. Prithvi says, you think Aguero will start against Everton or something at our time? 50-50, Prithvi. I think it's too soon for Aguero, but Pep might go for his experience. Or once again, we might go with Torres and bring Aguero on for the last 20. Hopefully, hopefully someone told Bernardo to take the shot next time he's 3-4 in front of open net. That was diabolical. Play Gundogan's one DM. Rodri his pants. Can we not sell him? We've got Brasser and Zachary. It ain't happening. Pep's picking him every single game. Mahrez isn't going to play. I think Mahrez will come on for a few minutes in the second half, but we're saving people for Everton. Faris, if Diaz and Stones come through this well, played them against Everton. Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Laporte, absolutely fine. Rodri and Fernandinho, absolutely fine. De Bruyne, I think he'll play. He's got the beans for it. And then, as I said, we can have Mahrez, Sterling, both young. I don't see it as a problem. Faris, I think that Torres will play 60-70 minutes and then Aguero will come on. Maybe the same thing against Everton. Yeah, I can't see. I'm reluctant to see Aguero starting against Everton. I'm reluctant just because he's not played. He's not been back long. Yeah, it's a week. Was it a week? He's been back a week, something like that. He's not been back for very long. That worries me about starting him. And also, every time he comes back, he doesn't do very well. He's not done very well all season for us, so he's not done anything. And I don't want to start him and give him 60 minutes if he's not going to do well. So I'd rather Torres again, 60-70 minutes, bring Aguero on against Everton. And it all depends on the score. If you're doing what Arsenal are doing to Chelsea now, it's 3-1. I didn't even see who scored. Hopefully it's Kurt Zuma because he's in my fantasy team, but I suspect it's not Kurt Zuma. That's my only chance. Or is it mine or my lads? One of our fantasy teams. I was checking my lads' team. He's not doing too bad. Abrahams with Hudson-Odoi assisting. He's about 30 or 40 points behind me, and he didn't start in the first week. He started in the second week, so that's a bit of a worry. He's going to catch me up. What else is there to say, guys? I want more Foden and Torres together, says JRX. They need to build up their link up. I feel a Torres goal coming today, says Mr. Roll Up 2-0 City. Yeah, if we win this, we go up to 4, says Brisby. Absolutely. We're really good. It'd be really nice to get in there. But we need and stay there. We need a run of games. You know, the worst thing is Chelsea. Well, Chelsea on a bad run. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's bad for us. Maybe they'll bounce back against City. But we've got to look at this run of fixtures. We've got to beat Newcastle. We've got to really beat Everton. We've got to beat Chelsea. We've got to win those 3 games. And as far as I'm concerned, then we've got to beat United in the Carabao Cup semi. Then we've got to beat Birmingham in the next game. We've just got to go on a phenomenal run. And I don't see us doing it. That's the problem. But we've got to go on a phenomenal run of just winning games, putting pressure on. What's going to happen soon? It happened last year. Took a bit long. It's taken a bit longer this season. But Liverpool are winning games. I expect them to beat. They're playing, was it West Brom at home? I expect them to win. Okay? That will keep on the pressure on everybody else because everybody else is dropping points. Liverpool are just going to pull away. We've seen that. You know, if you look at the table 2 or 3 weeks ago, you know, it was tight. It was tight at the top. Now Liverpool are pulling away. Leonard's just saved a penalty in the 92nd minute. I had to brought himself some time. What it's up with Chelsea's. I don't know what. I've not seen the keeper. The keeper didn't. I don't really blame him for much tonight. Who took the penalty? I mean, that's terrible from Chelsea to obviously miss the penalty when they still have 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes, Arsenal would have been rocking, and I could see Chelsea coming back. But I don't think it's going to happen now. Jorginho missed a penalty with his hop, skip, and jump. Do I think Liverpool's unstoppable, Alexandros? Not, I wouldn't say unstoppable, but right now they're looking tip-top form. They're looking tip-top form, and you got to remember Thiago's coming back. All the players are coming back apart from Virgil van Dijk. All their players are coming back. So they're in a good situation. They've got a lot of games in a short space of time, like everybody else. But they're in a good situation. Hi, Brian. Hope you're well, buddy. We should win. Oh, we should win this game, mate. Absolutely. But it's never guaranteed. We need that pace in our play that has been absent in our game since 18-19. It's that lack of pace that is allowing teams to come onto us. Yep, and you'll get that slowing down of the game because of Rodri as well. That's JRX wants Ford and Torres link up for more pace. Jorginho has the most idiotic run up to penalty. Yeah, but if he keeps scoring, then who complains? Everyone said that Liverpool were unstoppable at the start of the season without injuries, and they still drop points. Oh, they drop points. Actually, they've done better in the last few games. I read somewhere they've done better without Virgil van Dijk than with him. But the thing is, Faris, now you look at the table now, and this is my concern when you look at the table now. Liverpool are 4 points clear of Leicester with the game in hand. 3. 4 points clear of Man United. We certainly don't want Man United to win it, and they're 5 points clear of Everton, and played the same number of games. Villa are a challenger. It's weird. Villa are 6 points behind with the game in hand. We played one game fewer, so if we win, we'll be 5 points behind. But Liverpool are starting to slowly draw away. If they win tonight, and we beat Everton, they will be 6 points clear. Yes, teams can catch them up a little bit. They'll be 6 points clear of Leicester. And it's kind of what happened last season eventually. I'm just reading what talking about the COVID impact on our game. Newcastle have had one match called off. I think that was with Villa. Alan Saint-Maxim and Jamal Lascelles. They're missing out tonight as they struggle to shake off the effects of the virus. Apparently, Dom said, the guy did the preview with, that Alan Saint-Maxim said he's fit, but apparently Saint-Maxim and Lascelles aren't available. Obviously, we've lost Kyle Walker and Gabriel Jesus. I can't remember which was it. Arsenal? Is it Arsenal? I think they've told their players they can't go to the supermarket because there's a lot of this virus about. A lot. There's more people now in hospital with COVID-19 now, today, than there was back in the spring when there were, thousands and thousands dying. There's more people in hospital now than there was back then. You're getting around 35 to 40,000 people a day are testing positive. 35 to 40,000 people a day. Arsenal lost a couple of players. I think Willian and was it Louise were not feeling well. They haven't got it, but they're not feeling well. So they're self-isolating just in case. Gabriel has been in contact with somebody who has it. So he's self-isolating. So they've lost 3 players. Yeah. They haven't got it, but I expect them to be tested to see. But, it's a concern. How many players can you afford to lose before this game is postponed? And if we have games postponed, then we're knackered again because, it just makes it harder at the end of the season. Just looking at the Arsenal game. Looks like it's full time in the Arsenal game. So Arsenal have beaten Chelsea by 3-1. We've got to get this win, guys. It's going to be tough. I think it's always going to be tough with Newcastle the way they defend, but we should be too good for them. Rodri can't defend on his own. Why buy him? Absolutely, Shanu. You'll hear it. I'll tell you about this video I've made. Get Rodri out, not a fan. Slow play, not built for Premier League. No excuse. We have to win this match no matter what. We will win the league. Lads, slow starters, but I believe we have the quality to hunt them down. We have got the quality, I think, Anthony. It's not as good as it was last time when we hunted them down. So we're going to have to play, we're going to have to step up. New players are going to have to step up, and old players, experienced players, they're going to have to come to the fore. There's not a lot to choose between Laporte and Stones. So Laporte will be okay for Monday if he wants to rest Stones. Nigel, honestly, for me, I will just play. If Stones and Diaz come through this unscathed and they're fit enough to start on Monday, then for me, they start on Monday. I have no issues about that. I will just keep playing them until there's You know, the tests show that they need a rest, and you can rest them in game. You know, let's say we're winning half-time comfortably tonight. You can take one of them off. You know, you've got Laporte who can come on. You've got Fernandinho who can come on. So, you know, you'll toss it up. But 3 or 4 days between games, we can get away. And if you think about it, look at the Birmingham City. I would play these two guys all the way to the Birmingham game. All the way. What have we got? We've got a game today. We've got a game on Monday. The game against Chelsea. Game against United. 4 games. I'd stick with them. As long as the tests show they're okay, stick with them. Okay? Birmingham game, rest them both. Rest them both for the Birmingham game. That way they get the time off. I think that's what they need. They'll have a week off. That's it. If it's 1-0, that's a win is a win, Nigel. That's all I want. That's all I want. Anthony, what's that? I missed that. Mr. Roll-Up, I honestly don't think we have the goals in us to catch Liverpool. Everything is possible. Yeah, look, Liverpool are scoring tons of goals, and that's always our issue. We're not clinical enough. We're not having a lot of chances. We're not creating too much, but we're not putting them away. We're not putting enough away. That's an issue. I think we'll win 4-0. So, Shanu, I don't. But, I mean, I think I put down 2-0. I put down a 2-0 scoreline for this because if we're winning, if we're 2-0 up, I expect us to go playing it, game management, playing it easy, passing it around, not busting a gut, because a win is a win. You know, you're not going to get any more points by winning 5-0, and you've only got 2 days before the next game. So I think we'll rest in the game. Why Foden's not playing? Because he doesn't play in the Premier League. Doesn't start many games. Queen versus King. Foden doesn't start many games in the Premier League. He's a Champions League player, but not a Premier League player. Hi, Paul. Hope you're well. Paul says, "Come on, you Blues." Apparently, Chelsea were tied to contenders. They lost 3 away games on the bench. Shanu, I think it's not over for them, because if it's over for them, it should be over for us. But it's going to be much, much more difficult. 1 point victories not helping goal difference if league was decided on that, says JRX. I agree, but we're not out of it. You know, right now I'm not worried about goal difference, and right now I'm just worried about winning games. It's too easy for Liverpool right now. They didn't make it easy for us in 1890, so why should we have to get at them and start to give momentum and points? Bring in some guys like it ain't going to happen. I don't think. Nigel says we can't draw another one like West Brom. That would be a disaster. And look, that West Brom game has really hurt us. Those 2 points dropped, because you know, instead of being 5 points behind Liverpool, if we'd won tonight, would have been 3. It'd have been, you know, and we would have been right in the mix, and they would have known we were right in the mix. So the pressure's on them to keep winning games. Part defenses of the Birmingham City, I know the top teams. We will see one here. Look at West Brom. It works. Look, it works. Nigel, it works, and teams do it. Now that Aki's playing, Gundogan can push more forward and create chances in the midfield. I think he will do that. Shanu. Faris says Liverpool score lots of goals, but that defence is vulnerable. If Crystal Palace scored their early chance, it's a different game. Teams aren't competent enough to do that. Sky Blue, how rare is it these days for a top team to buy a promising player from the lower leagues? What is that called? Sky Blue, I think one of the things is you've got foreign managers and foreign directors of football, and so they look abroad. They're always looking abroad. You know, look at Villa. They bought Watkin. They got Watkin from Brentford. He's done all right. Did he get 3 assists today? He's done all right. He got a hat-trick against Liverpool. Got 3 assists today. I've not seen much of him play, but just the numbers alone show that he's done reasonably well. He's done reasonably well. So it is possible, but we're just looking abroad because, you know, people are blinded by foreign players. I think it might be a little bit more difficult because you're going to need, you know, everybody's going to have to get a work permit. If you're coming from Europe and you haven't played for your national team, you haven't got the points required for a work permit, it's going to be more difficult. Whereas before, from the EU, they could just walk in. There's no issue. Now it might be slightly more difficult. We have poor game management, slow and sluggish. I say keep the pressure on. I understand that, but this is what they've been doing since last season. Pep needs to evolve tactics, says says JRX. I agree. Keep on pressure and not slow down the games and hope for goal by creating more chances. Teams don't have the time to wait for players to run develop. They need players to hit the ground running. That's true, Faris. Yeah, Arsenal for life. Chelsea just got beat. I was watching that game. Can't believe it. See, one top striker like Haaland, they must push the ball tight. It will not do to stick because City's support ceiling for transfers paying a lot of money will guarantee success. I agree, Nigel. Guys, I just finished editing my video today of the players of the City squad. I missed Foden out. I'll say that up front. I forgot about Phil Foden because I was doing it from the players in my head. Because I was out in Paris yesterday. I recorded the video, didn't have a list of all the squad, and I feared that I'd miss somebody out, but I missed Phil Foden, but it doesn't matter. We all know we're going to keep him. And I went through all the players that we've got in the squad and what I would do, whether I would keep them, whether I would sell them, whether I wasn't sure. There's a couple of players that I think three. There was 3 players where I said I'm not sure. It all depends what happens for the rest of the season for a couple of them. So I did that video, and hopefully tomorrow or Monday, I'm going to record another video of I've got 6 players that I want us to buy. We're not going to buy all 6. I think if we can buy 3 of them, it'll make a difference. And the big thing for me is we need to get players who will walk into that first team. You know, we've got people like Mahrez. For me, Mahrez was an expensive squad player. And I say this in the video I made. Mahrez was an expensive squad player. There's no way he was getting ahead of Bernardo. No way he was getting ahead of Sterling. No way he was getting in ahead of Leroy Sané. So for me, Mahrez was an expensive squad player. And we've done that. You know, we bought Rodri. All right, they may think of him differently. I think Rodri's just an expensive squad player. That's an issue for me. So we've been going around getting squad players. You know, we got Cancelo at the time. We got Angelino. Okay, Angelino, we got him just to make money. We got Torres. Initially, he's a young squad player. He will develop. So he's in a slightly different category. He's not somebody like Mahrez, 27, 28 years old as a squad player. And that's the issue for me. If you go out and buy players, like whoever you want to get, they have to walk in like Diaz has done. Look at the quality City have got now. Okay, we wouldn't have expected Stones to make this step up. But look at the quality City have got now that they've got Diaz. Diaz and Stones have actually pushed Laporte out of the team. Nobody would have imagined, nobody would have ever dreamed that Laporte would be pushed out of the team. Not because he's been playing badly, because other players are better than him. Nobody would have thought that. And that's what you need. Our first choice, centre-back cover, is Aymeric Laporte. That's what you need. You don't want to get somebody like I said, you don't want to get Mahrez as cover. You want someone better than Leroy Sané, or better than Raheem Sterling, or better than Bernardo Silva. And Mahrez wasn't that. So I talk a lot about that sort of stuff. So guys, I'll stick it out tomorrow because I want to get that video out. I've done the work on it. So that video will come out tomorrow. Obviously, we'll do I'll have a preview out tomorrow as well for the Everton game. I'm recording that in the morning, and in the evening we'll do the player ratings. The day after, obviously, is a game, so we'll focus on that. The day after that, hopefully, I'll get you we'll do the player ratings, and I'll get this video of the players that I want to buy and why they will make a huge difference to our team. Let's go to your comments now. Nigel's, I've done that one. JRX, it's not the tactics, it's the players. They have dropped off massively. Look, we've lost Silva. Aguero's 2 years older. Dino, Pep doesn't play him. That's a big, big loss, those 3 players just on their own. And everybody else is getting older as well and maybe not as focused. Salamana Azim says Palmer is on the bench. Rodri ruined everything. I agree. And I'll give you something I said tomorrow. Pep is building the team around Rodri, and that's changed us. It's changed us from a 4-1-2-3, as I see it, to a 4-2-1-3. And that makes a huge difference, in my opinion. And that's because of Rodri. JRX says, I think other teams have figured out Pep. He needs to come at teams with more intensity. As much as it pains me, the gegenpress gets more immediate results. That's why I said, you press teams, they make mistakes, you get chances to score immediately from a mistake, or they kick it out. We used to do this, where they'd kick it out to our midfielders, and we'd put the press on again. Teams just boot it anyway, and we put the pressure on again and again and again. It's not happening now. The mistake of signing Rodri has a lot to do with it. Forces us to use plays two central defensive midfielders. That's why I talk about my video of Mr. Rollo. Anthony says, never underestimate the loss of David Silva. Pep hasn't anyone close to him, and he knows it. Jack Grealish could be the dark horse to our squad. No, Anthony, the problem is Jack Grealish is going to cost you 80 to 100 million pounds, and I just don't see City going there. I see City looking at what they all think is better value. How old is Grealish? 26? Going to be 27? I think they'll look at better value. Alexandra misses Sane. We all miss the top level Sane. Ferner for Everton says, Nigel, I hope so. Haj, Rodri can't be trusted into defensive work, so Pep plays 2 DMs. I agree, Haj. Faris says, Sane is not doing well at Bayern. He's having attitude issues, but it's early days. It's early days. The scorers dropped off, fell flat off the faces. Thanks for makes me feel a little bit of good vibes. Place A, I don't know what that means. Go son. I don't know what that means. Guys, if you are new to this channel, guys, look, it would be great if you could subscribe. It really would. You know, you got, in the old days, I'm a match-going fan. You know, oh, come on, go, son. You're about to be. I don't, you know, I give you a chance, and you just want to be blocked. Talk about the game against Newcastle. You want to talk about Newcastle? Fine. Don't talk about Man U. Don't embarrass yourself, go son. Because you will be blocked. That's it. We move on. Not messing about. Now, I'm not talking about the United game. We have enough wins in the Carabao Cup. The title counts. I totally agree, but I want to beat United. What I want to do, Nigel, I want what we had back in that Centurion season, where teams would look at us and some of them would lose before they even got on the pitch. I want us to have that that aura of continual winning. So if we can go around beating them, then that's what matters. That's what matters. If we can go around beating everybody, then teams will look at us and they'll fear us again. And that's what we need. We need to have teams scared of Man City again. Right now, too many teams are not scared of us. They're willing to give it a go. They think we'll hang on, we'll get something. In that Centurion season, teams used to see us and think we're going to lose. You know, they were trying to hang on, but they'll still think they're going to lose. So it's really, really important. Let's try this one. That's another overlay we've got. Sort of throw that out. Oh, it's gone. The aura's gone, Mr. Rollup. That's why I said when people say we don't need to beat United because we won the Carabao Cup, I say no, we need to keep winning games. So when people say, right, wow, you know, I want people to say City beat whoever we played after West Brom. City beat. I want people to say City beat Arsenal. City beat Newcastle. City beat Everton. City beat Chelsea. City beat Man United. City beat Birmingham. I want to say, wow, you won 8 games on the bounce. I want people to say, wow, City have got 6 clean sheets on the bounce. I want that. And that starts to build your aura back. And if you win 5 games and lose to United, you know, then you have to start building it again. Then you have to win another 6 or 7 games to start building up that aura. Whereas if you beat United as well, the aura is growing in momentum. Anthony says, I'm just saying Grealish technically would work next to KDB with a DM in a triangle shape, allowing the front 3 to push on. I totally agree with what you're saying, Anthony. Grealish has got that. He's got that ability to have a shot, score goals. He's got that ability to dribble. He's got that ability to dive and win penalties. I'm only kidding. But he's got all that. But I just don't think they're going to pay 100 million for him. I think there's other players that we'd want. You know, look, they could have the option of buying Houssem for 40, 45 million or Grealish for 80. I'm tempted to think they'd go for Houssem or somebody else at about 45, 50 million quid rather than Grealish at 80. And Houssem is what, 4 or 5 years younger. Can you imagine Diaz Stones with Prime Ferner in, possibly with Patson? Oh, sorry, I missed that. It would be Diaz and Stones and Fernandinho in front of them, Walker on the right, whoever you want, Mendy on the left, or whoever you want, Cancelo on the left. That's better than, it was as good as the side that we had, or even slightly better than the Centurions and Formidables, when we had Otamendi playing in there, when we had Zinchenko or Delph at left back. That's a better side. I think Mendy is injured. Webhav Pachori. I think he was injured. No, he's on the bench, mate. He's on the bench. He was injured a couple of games ago, but that's why I think Zinchenko played the other day. But Mendy's on the bench now. They are coming back with Zakaria, Messi, Haaland, or possibly Patson. It will be back, but the thing is, the aura can be back with this team, with this squad. But the only way the aura gets back is if you win a certain number of games without letting in too many goals. So, for argument's sake, if we win tonight, keep a clean sheet. If we win against Everton, keep a clean sheet. Win against Chelsea, keep a clean sheet. Same against United. If we can get 4 or 5 clean sheets in the row, winning all those games, the aura comes back, because teams are saying, we can't score against them. That team from the old days, people always thought we'd beat them, we'd score loads of goals and thrash them. That's why they were scared. Now, it's disappeared. But to get that back, we can start by being defensive. Yeah, not letting goals in. And then people start talking, oh, wow, how do you score against these guys? Then people are negative themselves. They try and figure out ways to score against you. So if we can start keeping clean sheets, scoring enough and keep winning games, it's going to make a huge difference to our season. Who do you have as midfield 3 pick on DM and playmaker next KDB? If you ask me, guys, you've got to watch my new video, Anthony. Okay, in a couple of days' time, the day after the Everton game, I'll put a new video out, and that will explain who I want to buy. And then maybe I'll look at my best 11. Okay, so my next video is going to be who I want to buy. That is worth watching. Grealish isn't worth that. Plus, I hate his blatant cheating. Diamond would never want him anywhere on the team. Says Paul, he's not worth 80 or 100, but that's what they will ask for. That's what Aston Villa will ask for, and you're gonna have to pay it to get him. Selling dives, it's embarrassing. Sterling is a bit of a dive. He goes down a bit easy. A lot of viewers, Harge, absolutely. You know, people want to chat. Guys, if you are new to the channel, there's 98 people watching today. Please subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. It's cost you nothing. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up, guys. You know, and as I said, match going fun, and it's a shame that I can't go, because we'd be doing interviews outside the ground before game, talking about the lineup. We'll be doing it at the ground. You see me tons of times, guys, outside the main entrance, the entrance the players come in. You see me an hour before games, interviewing fans, talking to you guys about who the lineup, dancing away because there's a DJ back there as well. You know, we're having fun, absolutely having fun. It's a little bit different, obviously, with the surroundings now and the situation we're in. But I think, you know, fans will be back at games within about 4 months, 3 or 4 months. So hopefully, if we get to the final of the Carabao Cup, fans will be there. So, guys, as I said, if you are new, it would be fantastic if you can subscribe. You know, I already, this is my second channel that I helped set up. And we're just trying to get things moving again. And we try and give it you straight. Generally, we give it to you straight, guys. There's no need for hyperbole. There's no need for making stuff up. There's no need to talk rubbish. I look at other channels, and there's a lot of drama. There's a lot of made-up stuff, simply made up to drag people in. You know, thumbnails that you think, wow, is that true? And you go and watch it, and you find out you just copied it from somewhere else, and it's not true at all. So, guys, we try and give it to you straight. There's no need for, you know, I do obviously look through a little bit of a blue tinted specs, but it's as objective as we can be. Let's look at some of your comments, guys. And we're 15 minutes away from the game. I think he draws the foul by keeping the ball a tad second more than others and blatant diving, says Abhishek. Mr. Rollup says Grealish is class. I would take him at City in a heartbeat, especially with how we struggle to create and finish chances. I agree. You know, I thought it was worth it when it was 40 or 50 million. not at 80 or 100. Team fight comes from the top down. Pep hopefully back on track, says GRX, barring his shenanigans of trying to steal the clock. That was crazy, that. City need a direct number 9 in the mode of Dzeko or Giroud as a foul so that our other creative players can play around him, says Sky Blue. Well, we wanted Liam Delap to play, the kid who came in, scored against, I think, was it Burnley in the Carabao Cup, hit the bar against Leeds, and then he's disappeared. He's not even in the squad anymore. I mean, Palmer's your man now in the squad, so that's, it's a bit of a disappointment. But look, Liam Delap is only 17 years old. He's still got a lot of time ahead of him. Come on, you Blues, says Alexander. Absolutely. Anthony Aylmer says, does he not dive though? Can't be hypercritical here. He goes down easily, Anthony. Rania says, oh, another one. Rania, thanks for the view, Rania, but you're blocked. I'm not having this rubbish. Paul says he's a cheat, mate. Even John DeFalli, he's a cheat. Would not want him anywhere near our club. Plus, we don't need him. Do you think we need Grealish? We don't need him, but I think there's other players I'd rather get than Grealish. But I also will admit that I think he'd do well at City. Stones starting every match. There is something to be said for a settled defence. Look at Liverpool, okay? Look at Liverpool. Every time Liverpool play, when they got a full team, you know Alisson's going to start. You know Trent's going to be on the right. You know Robertson's going to be on the left. You know Van Dijk's going to be in the centre-back. And you know it's going to be Matip if Matip's fit. That's his issue. Matip's issue was being fit. It was either Matip or Gomez. Matip was first choice, but he has injury problems. But you know four of the 5. And as I said, if Matip was fit all the time, you know all 5 in every single game. Virgil van Dijk didn't play 90-odd games or something on the bounce. Every minute of them or something. He played from start to finish. Okay, settled defence. We've got to do the same. Rania's gone. Rania's banned. So I get my view and I ban him as well. Fantastic. Powell says Newcastle get 3 points. I really hope not, mate. Nah. We don't need Grealish to use our academy and give out. But Paul, Pep's not... Football these days, for a lot of managers, is the here and now. It's the immediate. It's not looking to the future and developing players. It's do it now. Everything's short term. Managers come in, they know. In the old days, look, how many managers could do what Sean Dyche did? Get relegated with Burnley, they keep him and he brings them back. How many people would allow a manager to do that? Not many clubs. You're struggling, bang, you're gone. In some seasons, you could lose 50 or 60 managers or whatever it was, some ridiculous numbers. Unless you're successful, so does the manager take a risk with a young kid, or does he say, right, I'm going to play my team, I'm going to go out and get big players rather than push through a kid who could be really, really good? Cosmic Cleanse, 77 strong. I don't know what that means, mate. Cosmic. Yes to Greeley, says yes, I believe Pepper's a fan. I think they are fans, but 80 or 100 million. Look, you got a chance to get Haaland for 100 million or Grealish for 80 million. Who would you go for, Grealish or Haaland? I know every single one of you would go for Haaland. Abhishek says, agreed, JRX, but Pep also said he's too costly for the club. Going to have to be an extremely special talent to break into the first team from the academy, says Mr. Roll. Look at Foden. We're talking about a fantastic talent. He's struggling to get in. He's struggling to get in. He can't get into the league side right now. He's on the edge. He's on the fringes. And he's the best we've got from the academy. Anthony says, in a perfect world, me too, but we need ready-made now, not later. If we wait, we go backwards like Arsenal struggling to sign world-class players to push on. Absolutely. So I said, what Pep will do is keep buying the finished article. He'll keep doing that and won't let the kids come through. I understand why he does that, because Pep's going to be here for what, 2 more years? 2.5 more years max. He wants to win. He's not going to say, well, I'm going to leave Manchester City. I'm not going to win anything, or I'm going to a couple of Carabao Cups for the last 3 seasons. I'm not going to win much, but I'm going to leave the next guy with a fabulous academy that's come through and I've developed them, and I'll leave the next guy a fabulous team. Pep wants to win stuff now, so he's going to be focused on what he can do to win stuff now. Nigel says, no way, Powell. It's either draw or a win, City win. And surprised Zaki got the start, says Powell. Well, the thing is, we've got Newcastle today. We've got Everton on Monday. There's no way all the players can play in 2 games, in 2 days. So I can see Aki being left back tonight, where we think it's easier against Newcastle. You're not going to put as much pressure on us as Everton would. I don't believe. And so that's the thinking. Ake is a better one to start tonight. Laporte is a better one to start on Monday against Everton. Would rather wait for a special talent than waste 100 million, says Paul. Do you think we'll get anyone this January? Thing is, they've all been saying no, money is a problem, blah, blah, blah. For me, it depends 100% on Aguero. If Aguero is not fit, if he's struggling, we've got to buy a striker. We cannot go into the rest of the season utilising Jesus and Torres as our strikers. We can't do that. We need somebody who's going to be banging those goals in. As I said, we're not creating as many clear-cut chances as we used to. So we need a clinical finisher. Haaland is a clinical finisher. I don't think we'll get him in January. I don't think that's going to happen. Dortmund wouldn't want to let him go. They're still in the Champions League, aren't they? They wouldn't let him go. The one I would like to get is Patson Daka. I'd even get him in January. I'd even get Patson Daka in January because Salzburg aren't in the Champions League. I'd rather get him and give him 6 months and say, right, you've got 6 months to prove yourself. Obviously, you're going to be here longer because you're only 22, 23 years old. But give him 6 months to bed in, and because we've got a lot of games as well. And we've got the space in our squad. We've got the space in our squad for another player or another non-homegrown player. So why not utilize that if we can? Before he's, if he has another good 5 months, his price could go up to 30, 40 million. Get him now before it's too late. Aki was bad in the last game, losing possession in the middle of the park. Yeah, but we've got to give him a go. You can't just say pay 40 million for somebody who's on paper better than Zinchenko and not give him a go. I don't mind. We'll find out very, very shortly. I'm going to go in a couple of minutes, guys, because obviously the game's going to start. We have to be ruthless and aggressive in the market. Show the rivals we're not standing still. Absolutely, Anthony. That's why I said go out and get someone like the best players you can. Don't mess about. Don't mess about at all. Cosmic Cleanse says, please leave Haaland. What do you mean, Haaland? You want him to go to Chelsea? Excuse me. Let's have a drink. Abhishek, Pet's been here for 4 seasons. Only once has he bought a player. Only once. This is his 5th season at City. This is his 5th winter transfer window. He's bought Laporte, and that's it. That's because Company was always injured, and they were confident Laporte would hit the ground running. Salzburg are out of the Champions League, so Daka makes sense. Abhishek, but are they in the Europa League? So 100% sense to me. If you can get him for 20 million quid, keep him for 2.5. Let's say he doesn't make it in the next 2.5 seasons. I'm sure you can sell him for 20 million quid. His value isn't going to tumble. It's going to stay steady. So I think it's a gimme. It just makes total sense. Edison will give goals away. He had too much turkey, and we find out Edison's a vegan. So that joke fell flat on its face, guys. 7 minutes before the kickoff, come give us before we disappear. Anybody new to the channel, please subscribe. Costs you nothing to subscribe to this channel. We're one of the very few Manchester City fan channels where the fans actually go to games. You got Cheesy, his channel has been to over 2,000 games. You got people like we had Alex Bertino. He was on our channel. He goes to games. You got obviously me with my season cards. Some of the big channels don't, guys. So you got guys. This pandemic is great for them because they don't have to spend money on going to games, which they weren't going to anyway. Nobody knows the difference. Sit at home making videos rather than going to watch the team that they profess that they love, but they love money a little bit more, guys. And that's the way it is. Match going fans. And Cole, he was a big match going fan as well. And the other guys you see occasionally on the channel, we try and get as many match-going fans, as many good pundits out there as possible. We've had a lot of people who are football analysts and journalists on the channel in the last few months. It's been great. Last couple of points before I go. Haaland, Grealish and Aouar in the summer. That would cost us I suspect, Anthony, about 250 million quid for those 3 players. I'm not sure we're going to do that. We're not going to get Grealish for 80 or 100 million. There's lots of things to remember on Grealish, Anthony. He's at his boyhood club. He's happy to be there. You know, he's like Kane. He wants to win something with his club and take his club to the next level. Villa have got 25 points. It's unlikely they're going to get relegated. I can see him sticking around trying to do something for them. I can see it. You know, someone's going to have to come in with a huge offer to Villa to make him leave and pay him big mega bucks to make him leave. I'm not sure City are going to do that. You know, Man United, yes. I think if Man United lose Pogba, I think if Pogba leaves United, Grealish, United will be happy to pay 100 million for Grealish, pay him 300 grand a week, and it's that kind of deal that'll take him out of Villa. The money will be just too much to turn down for the club and the player. If he comes to come to City, City might say we'll give you 60 million and we'll pay the kids 150 grand a week. He's not doing that. Grealish is Man U fan and Haaland will sign for Ole. Why would Haaland sign for Ole? Cosmic, have you just said what he said? Grealish is a Man United fan. Oh, yeah. Forgetting the fact that Haaland is a Man City fan. His dad played for the club and you've seen plenty of pictures of him wearing a Manchester City shirt. I guess it was near to, but what's that? Who for? Abhishek, 25 to 30 million. The Douglas Luiz. What I read was the Douglas Luiz buyback clause this summer was 25 million. Next summer, it's 30 million. After next summer, the buyback clause is gone. So for me, that's a no-brainer. I would get him back for 30 million quid. Either keep him or sell him on. Sell him on like we're going to do with Angelino. Angelino, you got to think we're going to make at least 15 million profit. I think we could do the same with Luiz. The only downside is, I think if COVID hadn't been around, I think he would have been worth a good bit of money as Douglas Luiz. Now clubs aren't willing to pay that sort of money because the finances of football have changed. Grealish had a great game tonight. Yeah, Grealish is Villa through and through. She's Burton Road. Loads of rain in Manchester. Always rains in Manchester. Alexandros always rains. Right, guys. Even though there's still 53 people on the channel, it's been a monster. It's been a monster live team news where you guys have just been chatting away. I've been trying to disappear for ages, but you guys have been blabbering on, and we've been here for over an hour. Over 1,000 people on tonight. Over 1,000 people watching our stream. So I've got to say big thanks to everybody who's joined us for this stream. It's been amazing. You know, I really do love these exciting streams where it just goes on and on and on. He won't win trophies at Villa. I think that's likely, Anthony. You know, obviously Kane's got more chance of winning trophies at Spurs. That's where he stays. But I can look. You know, half-time stream, Faris. It all depends on the game. It really does. More than likely for us, I'll try and do a quick one. I'm tired. Tired of just busy couple of days, and that dinner of mine a little bit over excessive. Anyway, guys, have a good one. We'll see you at full time. Sorry, half time. I will try and come back at half time, guys. Come on, City. We have